competition all over the field. I go out with the ones, go out with the twos, but I definitely feel like we all getting even reps.
What's the next step for you in terms of your development as a player?
My next step is to become one of the best corners in the league. I learning from the best. Just still learning from the guys on this team. Also learning from guys I looked up to, and just try to perfect my craft.
But in terms of what do you need to improve on, based on looking at film from last year?
Just basically just stepping up, being more aggressive. I feel like I need to be more aggressive. It's my second year, so I definitely take what I learned last year and kind of step it up a notch.
What is the biggest thing you learned last year?
The biggest thing, the speed of the game, adjusting to the speed of the game. Try not to get starstruck, kind of stuff like that.
Cordrea, when you look at this defense right now, what sticks out to you about it?
I think we got a lot of speed. I think we have a bunch of aggressive players, people who want to go out and compete. So I think that's the difference between last year's team with this year's team. We got a lot of mature people who are willing to step up and compete.
You can help us answer this running debate about who is the fastest wide receiver since you got to cover them. Who is the most difficult to cover downfield?
Oh, man. I mean, they all give you a little different taste. But I definitely have to say Jakeem, and that man be rolling.
Did you, in the offseason, getting ready for all this OTAs and mini camp, did you work with any other corners around the league? How did you make your game better in the offseason?
I did a lot of stuff on my own. A lot of people like to do their own stuff, people who they trust and stuff. So I just go with the people I trust. Me and Joy and Lucas, we did some work and stuff together, but I mainly was doing stuff on my own.
Is there a veteran corner in the league outside this team that you kind of lean on a little bit for advice, or even a guy who's retired that you say, this is the guy I can model my game after?
I haven't talking to any other guys. I definitely just try to kind of model my game after X. I mean he's proven he's a lockdown corner, so I definitely could try to model him. Someone who's I want to buy every day, someone I can see and compete against every day.
What have you seen from Jakeem so far?
You can't see him, but no, definitely he's definitely stronger than last year. He got that dialed-in mentality. Definitely want to win a job and definitely want to be here for a long time. So you can definitely see the determination that he put in the offseason.
There were a comment from Coach Gase that he told us in March. He said, we would love to see Cordrea come back with a mindset of that's his spot and he's not going anywhere, and really be aggressive as far as not letting anyone take that spot that he's had. Did he convey that to you in a conversation?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I kind of had the idea of myself, it's my job to lose, kind of that deal. But he definitely let me know that, and it's just an extra motivation.
Anything else?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Jakeem's right outside.
Just out there trying to, compete. I got Devontae in front of me right now. Always competing against him, competing against every receiver out there. Just showing everybody hey, I'm here this year and I'm ready to roll. And so that pushes everybody to be great. And as of a collective unit, that's all we want to do is be great.
When you see, because they brought in a couple guys, obviously, a bunch coming back. How's this all going to work with so many talented receivers?
Man, tell you the truth, I have no idea. Whenever he did that, I was happy actually because I'm a guy that likes to compete, and so when he brought in Albert, I was like, and I seen Albert for the first time, I'm like, man, that's kind of like a guy that's almost the same height as me, and so I'm like, okay, I gotta compete, man, and so that just added fuel to my fire, not just because those guys came in, it's just because I want to get out there and show coach that I have that big play ability and I am a receiver, not just a specialist. So I was attacking the game just like that and just showing him each and every day that that I'm a receiver, and you can depend on me, just like you bring guys in and stuff like that. I love that Danny and Albert is here. They're adding more weapons to our offense and things like that. And I'm just going out there and just competing against those guys, just like I'm competing against Devontae, Carew, Rayshawn, Isaiah, and such as So, but I love that those guys here. They bring a lot of energy and a lot of playmaking ability.
Jakeem, speaking of Danny, have you learned from him thus far as early? I mean, X's and O's or technique or intensity?
Definitely. I would say the big thing is learning coverages from him. He knows the defense inside and out. I'm picking his brain every single time we're in offensive meeting. I'm like, hey, Danny, because we sit right next to each other. I'm like, Danny, what coverage is that? Just understanding that, being on the outside, looking at the coverages, you get a read on them, and then that if you got to convert a route or not. And also in a return game as well. Just picking his brain. And he's been around the league for a long time, and so it does it good. Because we went to the same college. So it's already we have that brotherhood right there. So, but having a veteran guy like that in a receiving room is great.
The guy that throws his helmet like me in a practice.
Man, it's all good. That means that's showing that his love for the game is real. For him doing that, it shows that he wanted to be nothing but great. And so, he plays with a lot of attitude and swagger, and you can ask much more from him.
Where's your game grown since you've been in the NFL? Cordrea was just saying that he thinks you're the toughest deep cover. We've seen you play on the outside. We've seen the hands improve in the return game. But where do you think your biggest growth is going?
I would say route running, hands, everything he said. I mean, I've looked to perfect everything. I feel like, previous years, I didn't have it all down. And now that, my head's all the way in the playbook, and, I feel a lot smoother, and I feel a lot of confidence, going into, this, OTAs, going into minicamp, and it feels great, because now I don't have to, think about what I have on this play or this and that, and so knowing what you have, that builds confidence, and so this is just going on my third year, I got to make the most of it, and so I'm just improving all the way around, and like you said, hands, route running, being able to get in and out of breaks, and just becoming a threat, being available so the coaches can rely on me to put me in the game, and knowing that I can make that big play.
Tankersley talked about how strong you are. Talk about some of the off-season work that you did. Like you're doing a lot of work down there and love it.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of work, a lot of explosive movements. Just basically, I have to have an edge. Being a short guy, I have to be strong, and so going in there and blocking safeties. And all things like that, they're coming downhill flying. I have to be able to hold my ground, and so I have to be able to be strong with that. And also, with press release, fighting hand to hand and being able to hold my landmark. And so I have to be a strong guy, because I already don't have the weight and the size against me, so I have to be a strong guy. And a lot of people always, say, bro, it's only because you got 3 kids, that's daddy strength. And so I was like, hey, if that goes with it, then I'm cool with it. But I always pride myself on being one of the strongest guys on the team, pound for pound, one of the strongest guys on the team. So I just pride myself on being strong, man.
And did the end of last year really give you an edge? This really gave you confidence that you can play in this league?
Definitely. Towards the end of the season, I started hitting the playbook really hard, and coach he started giving me a chance and throwing me in there, and I knew that I had to make a big play, and I let them know that this is who I really am. I can make these plays, I can do this, and I can do that. And so that built confidence in me, and once that happened, I just let it roll over until the off season, and just training and just saying that why can't you do that almost every play that you're in. And so that's always been my mindset every single time I go out and train.
Jakeem, you've obviously been around Devontae. This is your 3rd year together now.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk a lot. He doesn't talk so much.
Yeah, he don't at all.
What can you tell us about his mindset going into this year?
I call him the monster. I feel like he turns it on, and I feel like he's a complete beast, and I feel like he has to get out of his comfort zone, and just go out there and be the beast that he is. And I feel like he's a very sharp route runner, great hands, and of course everybody say the injuries and stuff like that, but man, Devontae Parker is a beast, man. I'm telling you right now, you throw any ball up there, any ball his way, he's coming down with it, and you can see previews of his big play ability, and I feel like this is going to be a great year for him, and he's attacking the game much stronger than he did last year. He's running, and he's up there running. He has one of the top speeds going into it. Like, we do this little speed thing, the speed testing, and his top speeds is up there with the top. So, I mean, his approach this year is way different than it was last year.
I'm sure there'll be a follow-up question to that in a second.
Okay, that's cool.
Let's go back to
That's cool.
Boston again.
That's cool.
Can you see him kind of feeding on a lot of the doubts that have been around him the last couple of years?
Yeah, I think he definitely wants to go out there and prove people that, you know, he's better than what people think he is. He's not just, you know, a guy that just continually get hurt or whatever. But mostly he's just focused on his game and just perfecting his game and just wanting to go out there and give it his best and give it his all. And there's no telling, you know, he's gonna be great. You know, without doubt, he's going to be one of the top receivers, you know, in this league. And I feel that personally because I sit there and watch him day in and day out and his grind, and I feel like he can go out there and do it all.
Jakeem, can I get names and spellings and ages of the kids?
Oh, yeah. We got Jakeem Jr., he's 5. We got Kaylee, she's 3.
K-A-L-E-Y?
Yes, sir. Kylie, she's 3, which is twin girls. And so, yeah, those are my babies, man. Those will keep me going.
Kylie, K-Y-L-I-E?
Kylie is K-Y-L-I-E, yes, sir.
Jakeem, I know you said you embraced the signing of Danny and Albert, but that does give the team 4 receivers who started a lot of NFL games. Did you wonder at all, where do I fit in? Did you and Coach Gase have any discussion about it? Was there any reassurance that you'll still be given a chance?
Never had a discussion with Coach Gase about it. Typically, I mean, you get 2 guys that sign with a team. Of course, you're going to wonder, like, where do you fit in? But that wasn't my main focus. My main focus was like, okay, they're going to bring 2 guys in. It's time to compete. You know, it's time to bring out every trick in the book and show these guys that, you know, I belong on the field.
Jakeem, what's the fastest miles per hour that you ever ran with this GPS thing?
Technically, I have no idea, but I always average every practice like in the 20s, and so that's my job. We always do it every single day. See who's the fastest, like who has the fastest mile per hour in the receiver room, and I'm always on the top 3. So long as I'm in the top 3, I'm good.
Who's the fastest player on the team?
Me, of course, hands down. No, neither one of them. No, not Albert, Kenny. Either one of them, no.
Is this 40 in 100?
Man, it doesn't matter. You pick the race. It doesn't matter. You pick the race.
Is there a race in the future?
No, not a marathon. Negative. Is there a race in the future? I mean, if you guys want a race, it could be a race. Yeah, definitely for charity. Yeah, man, it doesn't matter. As long as you're not running a marathon, the 400, or anything like that, I'm good.
You're saying you would lose the marathon.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm admitting I would lose the marathon, like because I got short legs and lower back starts to get tight, and yeah, I'll just worry about just running 100 meters.
One more, Jakeem. What was your initial reaction when they signed your Texas Tech buddy, Danny? Getting a chance to play with them.
Man, my first initial response, I texted him, and I was like, bro, you got to be kidding me. You're not going to be here in Miami with me. I texted him, and he was like, yeah, bro, I am. And I was like, man, that's crazy, because I never got to play with him. I always watched film on him and everything like that, watched him in the NFL. And I'm like, man, I get to see this guy, like, I've been looking up to since I've been in college, come and play right along with me. Man, it felt great, you know, and I was just like, man, I get to pick his brain with the return game as a receiver, and so I get to learn things from, you know, a veteran guy that I know, you know. So, man, I was happy. I was truly happy because, you know, he was coming, and, you know, we had that brotherhood, and I met him plenty of time when he came down to Lubbock, and I was just like, man, it's going to be an awesome feeling, you know, playing alongside of him. And so that was it, man. I was happy, very happy.
Sorry, your dance moves?
Yeah.
There? Can you give us a scouting report?
Oh, man. Man, I'm just loosening up out there, man. Just dancing, doing everything, just having fun, man. And I think that was the biggest thing that I wasn't doing last year is just I was on edge, trying to show the coaches that I can do this, do that, instead of and getting out of my trying to get out of my shell. That's me this year. Being me and letting people see who I really am, instead of just being uptight and trying to make play after play. And that's where mistakes come in, is trying to impress people too much and just instead of being yourself. And so that's me, man. You'll see a lot of dancing out of me, a lot of joking, a lot of doing this, a lot of playing, but when it all comes down to it, man, I'm just showing y'all who I really am. All right. No problem.
Appreciate you, sir.
Thanks, Jakeem.
No problem.
Yep.
All right, Vince walking in right now. Yes.
Vince, how different is it for you this year as compared to last?
Dominic and Sue, what was your reaction?
I mean, it's hard losing a guy like Sue, just knowing what he's capable of doing. But at the end of the day, it's a business decision. But I know all the things when I was coming in, what he taught me, so I learned some of the things that he taught me. But like I said, it's hard losing a guy like him, trying to replace a guy like Sue.
Did you see opportunity?
Yeah, me, I was learning from him. Last year I played some snaps when he came out. So this year, hopefully I could bring those numbers up, and us as a defense, replacing him, it'll be hard, like I said.
Vincent, Sue's got an interesting reputation, but you actually worked directly with him.
Yeah.
What was that year like?
It was good, coming in my first year to be able to learn from a guy like a Dominic and Sue. What more can you ask for,
How did he treat you?
Excuse me?
How did he treat you?
Good, people always ask me, like, how was Sue, in the locker room. Sue is a great teammate, great guy. I think he's like a big kid, he like to joke. So Sue is a great guy.
What kind of goals do you have for yourself this year, Vincent?
Really just go out there and improve from last year. Last year I think I had, 2 block kicks. If I could increase that, try to get some sacks under my belts and get more tackles. So any way I could help the team.
Do you think it bothers the defensive tackles primarily that Sue's name constantly keeps getting brought up?
Again, I mean, it's hard to replace a guy like Sue, so, that's going to come up a lot. But I think with the guys we got and with Coach Chris, he'll help us get to that level we need to be at to play.
Is there going to be a different kind of feel this year in the defensive line, a lot more rotation, a lot more keeping guys fresh? What does that mean for you as far as conditioning is concerned? Have you just, you hear this and, man, I got to get on it?
Yeah, you should always be on it no matter what the circumstance is. But just knowing that allows guys to play faster and give it all they got, since we'll be rotating a lot. I think guys could go out there and, Coach Chris got us running to the ball. So you do that every play, you just know another guy coming in to pick up where you left off at. So it'll only help us out as a unit.
Vincent, what do you see different about this defense so far this year?
We attacking more, that's one of the things Coach Chris is big on. We're attacking more. So I think that'll help us out. We got ends that's setting the edge, and it'll help us guys in the middle.
Does it provide extra motivation for you, Devon, Jakeem, and Jordan, to show that even though Dominic is not there, the D-tackle group can be just as good as last year, if not better?
Yeah, with Coach Chris, that's what, he's there. That's what he's there for us. He helping us out, telling us that, a lot of people outside this building don't believe in us. But with Coach Chris, he's motivating us, and I think we'll be just fine.
Vincent, from an outsider's point of view, I wanted to ask you about Jakeem Grant and what you see in him. We know he came on late last year, but on the field, off the field, personality-wise, are you seeing a difference in him this year?
Well, I'm very familiar with him. He played at Texas Tech. I played at Oklahoma State. So I remember playing my last year. We played up there, the opening kickoff. He took a kickoff opening right to the crib. So that just go to show you what kind of player he is. Very fast. I guess they're having a debate right now who's the fastest out of him, Kenny, and Drake. But he's a special player.
So who do you think is the fastest?
Me playing against Jakeem and seeing what he did to us in the Big 12, he's a pretty fast guy, so I'll probably say him.
So who's the locker room debate between Kenny and Drake and Jakeem? Is that the 3 finalists?
And what's the guy? Albert. Albert, he's a pretty fast guy. I seen him run, so he's pretty fast also.
When you're a defensive player and getting playing for a team with a bunch of speed like that, how much more difficult does it make when you're opening out that much?
It's hard, you know. Guys like I know when we played KC last year, they got a guy named Tyreek Hill. So practicing against Jakeem Grant, that helped us out as a defense. And Matt Burke come up with a great game plan. So pretty hard.
Since you watch Robert Quinn and think what?
Flexibility, very flexible. You know, just the way I see him bend the corner and how low he be getting and just getting around all of those tackles. Very special player, very flexible.
Anything else? All right. Thanks for your time.
Appreciate that.
Yes. Is he here?